Hey guys, so this week I am traveling and I wanted to just shoot a quick video sharing with you some of my top tricks and hacks for traveling solo with little ones. So I'm going to be traveling by myself. I have a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and an almost 1-year-old, and I'm going to be doing it by myself. We're going to go visit family. Unfortunately, my husband can't make it down until a few days later because of work obligations. So I'm going to be making this trip. It's about a 3.5-4 hour trip, and I'm going to be doing it on my own. I've done this trip before by myself and I've learned a few things. Some of it I've learned the hard way. And so I just wanted to share with you just a quick video in case you're in a similar place and you would like some tips and ideas for traveling with little ones. Okay, the very first thing is when you're traveling solo, you do not want to be stopping at the gas station for bathroom trips. Am I right? So the most important thing that I can say is setting up a potty station in your vehicle. This has been a lifesaver for me. There have been so many times when my boys have had to go to the bathroom and either I'm not near a gas station or I'm traveling by myself and I do not have all the hands to be taking all 3 boys in with me to a gas station. So setting up a potty station has been awesome, and I'm going to show you my little setup here. All right, this is how I have it set up. So this portable potty seat has been so great. So I set this up, and the way that I work it out, and I've learned this the hard way, is I double line it with just a plastic grocery bag, and then I put inside of that a diaper, and then that way, whether they have to go number 1 or number 2, if they have to go number 1, then the diaper just soaks it up, and I can wrap it inside of the baggie and place it in the back of the van if there's not a trash nearby, or I can just throw it in a trash nearby if I'm close to one. And then of course, if they have to go number 2, that keeps the smell and everything inside of the diaper. Once again, wrap it inside of the baggie. That way it is taken care of in case I'm not near a bathroom. I learned this one the hard way. So I definitely recommend double lining it, not only with the plastic bag, and I keep some extra plastic bags right in here so I can line it again. There's some extra diapers, some wipes, definitely keep the wipes nearby. And then this is ready to go in case they need to go to the bathroom. I have that set up there. And then I have a little changing station here for my baby. So that's ready to go. Of course, I have the diapers and the wipes there and the extra baggies so I can put any of his diapers, anything like that in there. I also have this extra bag here, which I have put an extra set of clothes for each of my boys. So a shirt, some pants, and a pair of underwear, or just for my baby, I've just put a little onesie, something simple, lightweight, just in case there's an accident. If they throw up, if they have an accident, then they have a change of clothes right there ready to go. And of course, I can put their stained clothes inside of these little baggies. I know I have the extra room in my van here for this little potty setup, which is really nice. You may not have the space in your vehicle for something like that. You can easily put it in the trunk and just set all the stuff back there. I've done that before where I've set up a potty station in the trunk of our van. Or the nice thing about a portable potty seat is it can go anywhere. So you can plop it on the ground if you don't have room to set up a station like that. Just make sure you have the potty seat and you have all the essentials to go with it, and you will thank yourself later, trust me. The next important thing is making sure you have plenty of toys and things to keep them entertained. Now, my boys are pretty good travelers, so I definitely overpacked with these toys. We probably won't go through all of them, but better to be overpacked and overprepared than underprepared, especially when you are traveling solo. So let me show you what I have for each of my boys and my baby. The biggest thing for my baby is just having a few things that he won't drop on the ground. Most things he will just drop, and so what's the point of bringing it? So what I did is I just found a few toys that are some of his favorites. He likes these, just pushing them in like that. It's a little fidget spinner, which he won't really be able to do, but he doesn't really do that yet anyways. He mostly just likes popping these. And I just attached it with some string to the back of the headrest here. And I did the same thing. This is a hit. We use this every week in church. He loves this little thing. He loves doing the little poppers. On this side, it's got a little, you can see here, it's like a little thing that he can push over. And then it's got all these long stringy things here that he can play with. He can chew on them if he wants to. And so I attached that with a string as well. And then just a little quiet book. He may or may not like this, but I thought I would just include it, something that he can enjoy while we are driving. So those are the three main toys. I also have a little teether. He's teething right now, so this comes with a little strap to attach to his outfit. So I'll attach that so he can have something to munch on if he needs that. Okay, this is where my 3-year-old sits, and I packed each of them a little basket. They already had these little fire truck baskets, so I just put a few toys in there, a book that I know that they'll like. This one is a little counting book, a ladybug counting book. They've got a little thing here to work with their fingers. And then I suggest getting a new toy, something that they've never seen before. It doesn't have to be super expensive. I went to Dollar Tree and I picked up one of these. It's like little stretchy food that they can play with, and just it's fun for them, and it's something that it can be a one-time use, no big deal if they ruin it. And then I also picked up this little car case because they love Hot Wheels and vehicles right now, so I put some of their vehicles in there, and then I'm surprising them tomorrow when we leave with a new Hot Wheels that they don't know that they're getting yet, and that's going to keep them super excited. All it takes is just like a little toy. A Hot Wheels is $1.18, something like that at Walmart. So just get a little toy that they'll enjoy, and then I put it inside of here. I picked this up from Dollar Tree, and they're gonna love playing with that and just putting the vehicles in there as we go tomorrow. I also brought some books here. I focused on books that are more like, ones that make noises, or this one here is one that they can, pull the little tabs out. He loves looking at animals, and so that's a good book for him. My older son loves trains, and so I picked books like that they really enjoy just looking at the pictures. I don't need to be reading it to them. This is one that's a big hit with both of them during church. They love looking through here and just like seeing all the little images in there. Every week they love looking through this, so I know this will be good for on the road. So I have a similar bag here for my older son, and it's got, similar things, just toys, a little something fun to do with their hands. And then I put a few little of the tube blocks in here in case they want to work on building those. Those can be for both of my boys. And I'll put this in the back seat. That's where my older son sits, and this will go back there with him. I also have these little writing tablets here. These are great. They're magnetic, and they can write on them and erase them. So they each have one of these, and I'll bring those along in case they want to do some writing. Finally, what I want to show you, this little hack. I got this idea from another mom blogger online. She talks about how she brings cookie trays, and she uses those as like little trays for their kids. They can put any toys on there, and it's like a nice flat surface for them. They can put their books on there, anything like that. So I thought this will be a great idea to try. I've never tried it before, but I'm going to try it this trip. And I have a larger one for my older son, a smaller one for my middle boy, and so we'll see how those go. But that is an idea as well, just a nice tray for them to put their items on. Okay, next tip, have snacks and drinks easily accessible and ready to go. That's huge for keeping your kids comfortable, but more importantly than having the snacks is where you put them, because you don't want to be stopping all the time to have to get out the snacks and hand them to them. So my suggestion is to have a spot in the car where they can easily access the snacks themselves. I'll show you here a video of some of the snacks that I packed for our boys. We definitely overpacked with snacks, and we probably won't go through all of these, but like I said earlier in this video, I like to be over prepared just in case. And so, especially because I'm driving solo, and so I want to make it the most comfortable trip that I can. And so I made sure that we had plenty of snacks that were easy to chew, they didn't need my help with it. And so we have some homemade energy balls, and those will also be for me too. For the road, we have some bananas, some cheese sticks. I made some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that are already pre-cut and ready to go that I can place next to them. I got this smoothie that we'll probably start the beginning of our trip with, and I'm gonna put it in this nice little cup that I got from Dollar Tree. We made these little homemade watermelon gummies yesterday, and they were a lot of fun to make, and so I thought I would pack a few of those just so they had a little candy snack for the road. Of course, always making sure we have plenty of water and other little snacks that are available. My baby, of course, even though he is eating solids, he's too little right now to be feeding him without my supervision. So I don't really worry about snacks for him, but I do make sure that I bring a bottle and that he has that bottle ready to go for his trip. I wanted to show you this little hack too that I've done with my boys, and it's been really great for food spilling. So even though they don't wear these, they're too big to wear these now, I do put these on them when we're traveling. And then that way, if they're snacking, they can like use them to like hold their snacks if they have like little goldfish or something like that. And then if they drop a piece while they're eating it, usually this will catch it, and it's really nice. And then they are old enough that they can take it off when they're done eating. So I like to pack a couple of these silicone bibs so that it's like a protector against food dropping while we're driving. And then of course, when we make a pit stop, if my baby is hungry and wants to eat, I can put this bib on him and protect his clothes from spillage. So definitely pack some of these silicone bibs. One thing that's very important when you're traveling solo is just to make sure that your kids are comfortable, and in particular that the sun is not getting in their eyes. And so I highly recommend any sort of a visor. So for my baby, I have him in this car seat, and I particularly liked this one because it has this, which goes overhead, so that will protect him, help protect him from the sun. And then our van has these visors that are pre-installed. I can show you here what they look like. So here's this one, and you just bring it up here and hook it on, and I will make sure that both of those are up on both sides of the vehicle. We have it on the other side as well. Of course, if your car doesn't have those pre-installed visors, you can easily buy them at Walmart, Target, Amazon. Any store will have those, and you can just install them in your car. You can also use a blanket or a towel, something, if it's going to be particularly sunny that day. Just make sure that if you're driving during the day, there's not a time when the sun's going to be directly in their eyes. Another good tip is just to have some good music or maybe even a movie available for them if you are okay with screen time. I typically try to limit screen time, but when we're on a trip, I have something available for them. So I'll show you what I have here for my boys. So our van does come with this DVD player up here, and it's definitely not clean. I gotta clean it from all the little fingerprints. But we have one movie, it's like a baby Einstein movie. That's a DVD that we keep in there, and they love it. They don't watch it that often, so it's still new and fresh for them when we do put it on. And this will be a last resort. I haven't really had to use this that often because they do pretty well in the car, especially if I have snacks and toys and other things available for them. They also love to listen to music, so I'll have some good playlists for them. But if we need to, I can just reach my hand back around here and it turns on automatically and they can watch some of that. So I have that, but if you don't have something like that, you can get an iPad. I know there's like hacks where you can place the iPad on the back, place it inside like a Ziploc bag, put it on the back of a seat, or you can buy one of those holders that holds it, place it on the back of the seat, or they can literally just keep it in their lap if you're okay with that. But having something pre-downloaded ready for them to go, or having some music available that they enjoy listening to will definitely help. Okay, my next tip or hack, whatever you want to call it, is to pack some extra towels, some smaller ones, and also a larger one. Now, I was traveling with my boys. It was in the city. We had only been on the road for about 20 minutes, and my middle boy got an upset stomach and just threw up everywhere. And now, thankfully, we were close enough that we could turn around and go home. But if something like this were to happen in the middle of a road trip, I know that I would have so appreciated having these in the car at that time, especially because he got it on his car seat. And so he needed, you know, a clean place to sit. I just used a lot of wipies to clean it up. But having these towels would have been so handy because he could have sat on the towels and it would have been so much easier to clean up the mess. So I am learning now to always have those. If any other sort of accident happens, you have your towels ready to go. And so pack those towels and they will be good for any sort of accident that could happen. Okay, my next tip is to plan your trip when your baby is napping. So my two older boys don't take naps anymore, but my baby still naps. He takes 2 naps, one around 10 a.m. and then another one around 3 p.m. So I'm gonna be planning my trip around his earlier nap. So we're gonna be leaving around 10 a.m. and I have this handy little sound machine. I've had this since my oldest was a baby. It's been really handy. You can just clip it to wherever in the car, and it's a nice portable sound machine. And then he can take his nap. I'll have a bottle ready for him to go so that he can drink his bottle, have his sound machine, and fall asleep. Okay, my last little tip is more for your own comfort because we know you need to be comfortable too as the driver. So a couple of things. Wear some compression socks. These things are really great, especially if you're pregnant, which I am right now, but also just for any reason. If you're traveling long distance, it's really good to wear these. They help avoid any sort of clotting. And so buy a pair of these and wear them for long distance travel. Also, ahead of time, just find a few podcasts or a nice audiobook that you'll enjoy so that you can play that while you're on the road. Find some good playlists that you can have those ready to go so that you can switch in between. Of course, you need to be safe on the road. You don't want to be looking down at your phone, so have those prepared ahead of time. And then just make sure that you are well hydrated, that you have your own snacks, you have your ice water, everything ready to go. And then, of course, ahead of time, go ahead and plan where you're going to make your stops so that you guys can have a nice stretch break. You don't want to be caught off guard, and so it's nice to plan and know ahead of time. I know for me, a halfway stop, I kind of have some areas since we've done this trip before. I know where a good halfway point is where we can stop, we can stretch our legs, take a little break, maybe have some snacks together. And so have that planned ahead of time. Lastly, if you absolutely do need to use the bathroom and you don't have a portable potty seat or you forgot to pack it or whatever, I will say that the best place that I've found for stopping for a family is Starbucks. They have individual restrooms that you can lock and they're really big inside. I've had to use one before with my boys, and so if you need to, you can take all of your kids inside with you and you can all have that single bathroom to yourself. So that's a great place. Plus you can get yourself a coffee while you're there. So Starbucks is a great place to stop if you do need to use a bathroom and you've got all your kiddos with you. All right, guys, there's my tips and my hacks. I hope that you enjoyed them and I hope that they're helpful to you. Thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment below. Give me some of your top hacks for traveling, especially for traveling solo with little ones. Have a great day.